Guys, Nova Joe here, and we have finally got an update on Earth Defense Force 6. We've got some good news. We've got some possibly bad news for some of you all. But we've also got some new gameplay, and I'm going to show those gameplay videos here very soon. We're going to get to see some Air Raider gameplay as well as a demo from the Tokyo Game Show, and that actually has English commentary going with it that is going to explain the game a bit more in detail. However, let's just go ahead and get the bad news out of the way first. It has been delayed to 2022. Now, some of you are going to be upset. I am not. I really am not upset. And the reason being is a delay isn't necessarily a bad thing. A delay is a chance for them to fix kinks and bugs, because I am one of the many who are sick and tired of games being released in a broken state, to the fact that you have to have a patch just to get it up and running. So basically, you get a game that just isn't even ready to be released. Now, when it comes to Earth Defense Force games, we have not had that trouble in the past. Whenever they release an Earth Defense Force game, they make sure that it is working at its best. And if there is an issue, like they had a save issue a while back with, I think it was 2025 on the PS3, they get that squared away fast. So, I am not disappointed about this delay at all. I am actually very glad that they're delaying it. If they see issues with the game, I want them to fix it before releasing it. I don't want a buggy mess. No pun intended there. Now, as I stated, it's coming to the PS4 and to the PS5. So those of you who don't have a PS5, no fears. It's coming to the PS4, and I'm sure that they're going to take advantage of those who have a PS4 Pro as well to help get the frame rate a bit more stable. Those of you who have been completely content with 4.1 as well as 5 on the PS4, well, I would say this is going to be more of the same, and you're probably going to get the exact same type of stability with EDF6 on the PS4. So, but those of you with the PS5, you are going to get it for that as well. So you're going to get a probably a 4K 60 frame per second game. Now, let's go down here, and it says, just during the D3 Publishers presentation at Tokyo Game Show, the Japanese developer showcased more of its upcoming action game, Earth Defense Force 6. Now, the first thing that it's going to show here is an updated trailer. It's not really updated. It's kind of pretty much the same thing, but it has just a new date on it. But to get to the gameplay, I have to go through the trailer. So let's go ahead and take a look at the new trailer, and then it's going to lead directly into some of the new demo from the Tokyo Game Show, where we have English commentary. So let's go ahead and take a look at this.
Mina 死んだ。こんなこと、計画にはなかった。
今現在地球上に安全な場所はない。あらゆる場所が戦場になりうる。我々は戦わねばならない。全ての怪物を倒せ。 一体たりとも残してはならない。
And what I'm enjoying. Okay, let's get started. So during the loading, there are a couple of useful information. Okay, there are a couple of people who looks like ordinary people. So this is the underground base. Okay, so human beings forming underground base. That's right, because the world is collapsed. And the door is opened and you are on the ground. And you have to use the radar. When we look at the people on our side, there are people with the different types of the costumes, and the what they wear is different. So there may be military people and also civilians, right? That is right. So it looks like some people are wearing a suit. So we need everyone to be part of the team to protect the Earth. So you see that this kind of the people. So this lieutenant type of the position. So there's one with the blue suit. Actually, this character is a professor from the university, maybe? Yes, we are getting closer to the enemy. So let me change the weapon. Yes, I see. Can I shoot?
So the civilians are actually helping out this time instead of running away.
I feel bad because they also want to survive. They are also struggling. I feel kind of bad. Well, we are trying very hard to survive. They always attack us, so we have to fight back. There's no option. There's no mercy. So, we don't speak same language, so we have to fight against each other. And they are called colonists. When we attack them, and they fell down, but over time they get recovered. They are still alive. He is still alive. It looks very real. Now he's back, and I have to shoot again. And you have to finish it. Last coffin into the nail. Okay, now, yes, this is how you can climb over the object. Yeah, I didn't jump, but I was able to be on the top of the kind of the object. And you can also climb over these objects. Why don't you try it? Maybe it was too high. Oh, yes, I could do that. I was able to do that. So
basically we got a new vault mechanic.
Or, do the rolling, but you can climb.
That's definitely a nice addition.
And on the left-hand side, there are enemies, so be careful. Okay, so they have guns, and they are kind of intelligent, yes. They can have a conversation with each other. So, Watanabe-san, you have to watch your back. There it is. So it's good. I don't have to jump every time. Right. If you see some obstacles, you don't have to hesitate and you can blow them up. Okay, now let me do that. Maybe there's an enemy on the back of this building, I think. There you go. Yes, now he's gone. If you look at the map, yes, it looks like all the aliens are gone. How are my people doing? Are they doing good? You can look at the radar.
Buildings will actually topple over now, like to the left or to the right. They don't all just collapse straight down like in the past games. So there is a new building collapse mechanic. Now, whether it hurts the enemies or not, I don't know.
Is interesting. They are kind of the civilians, so instead of making communication specific to military, you can have a conversations, kind of. And the lieutenant is making military specific communication. And there are some non-professional fighters, but you have to really collaborate with each other. Okay, be careful everyone. Well, watch out, watch out. Well, this looks great. This is fun, really fun to play. And there's an enemy right behind your back, so be careful. Wow, it's fun. I don't want to end. Let me play. Well, Watanabe-san, I don't care. Let me continue. Well, please stop. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but please stop. I have to introduce some other aspects.
Okay, now I want to pass the controller over to Okajima-san. What is so fun? Please release it immediately. Yeah, I know we had to postpone the release timing. But anyway, next I'm going to play. Let me see. Which one do you want me to play? Any comments from the audience? Radar? Air radar? Fencer? Okay, a lot of people say radar, so okay, I'm going to choose air radar to play. It's a character that can request airstrikes, right? Yes. So I think there are a lot of story elements. Yeah, please be patient until the game is released. Okay, maybe it's hard to understand, but I want to start here. So Air Raider. Okay, I think this is going to be a very rare play. It used to be Air Force, and we're going to use that power for Air Raider in this world. So they don't know how much power they have.
We got a drone there.
But now you're going to see that, and around the air raiders you can see the drones. The graphics are great. The drone is hovering. It designates specific points. Oh, the professor is there. She's kind of in the way. Okay, I'm going to...
This is PS4 gameplay.
Throw it, and you can see the drone flies up. And the grenade will be spread. So that is a weapon that is very up to the time. And another one I want to introduce is a gun carrier, like a copter. You specify a spot. You can see that pink broken car. If I hit that, and did you see that? One drone flew over, attacked the target, and came back. Okay, so you can use the drones to do airstrikes. You can order the drones to do airstrike. This is called Autumn Cannon Carrier. Some people may be familiar with this. you can specify a scope for attack. And you can attack from above or from somewhere away from the target zone. So now we see enemies. Can you see the enemies from the screen? You see the invaders alpha, those ants. So I'm just throw a grenade and the drone flew over and kill the enemies. And the rest of the enemies will come. Then you kill them with a gun carrier. You hit the target.
Interesting. Kind
I
of a
think
new way to call in
I need to
airstrikes.
get closer so the audience can see the screen well. And there are 4 drones. They all flew over to attack and they came back. 3, 4, okay, all of them have come back.
Very interesting.
Then you can do a scope strike. Okay, let's change the defense line. So this is how Air Raider is. It is actually a drone user.
Now, are the drones going to be used to call in all the airstrikes?
Functions or weapons too. Well, it's really fun to use the drones to kill the enemies. The Sundrop creators thought hard about how to enjoy Air Raider in this world.
It does
And like
seem
this,
like the strikes come in quicker this
You can
way.
guard yourself. So there are drones come over to protect you. So this is kind of a supplement, a support gear.
Your own personal turrets, kind of.
That protects you from the enemies. So now let's get closer to the enemies. Alright, Air Raider does not run, so I'm going to roll.
Oh, I still didn't give the Air
I
Raider the
have
ability
2
to run.
minutes to go.
I would have even settled for a speed walk.
Well, I wanted to show how he attacks, so I got too far away from the enemies. I think that I'm running out of time. 1 minute left. Okay, I'm going to try my best. Here he is. Okay, I'm going to attack them.
So basically,
You
you
can see
shoot
the
a beacon
drones.
into something, and the drones go and attack it.
They attack the targets where you instructed.
Oh, there. Okay.
The drones are cute and reliable at the same time. I don't know what you say makes you feel like you have a pet. Okay, let me continue a bit longer, just a bit longer,
Well, at this point, guys, we're still having to roll.
because I want to show some other things the drone can do. Guard drone. I want you to try the guard drones. Can you tell that the guard drones are attacking the enemies now? The red small ones? It's auto move. Okay.
All right. Well, let me back up here for a second. I think there was one more video down here. Yeah, we're going to take a look at this one in just a second. Okay, so I'm a little at a loss here just because I'm trying to piece this all together. So it looks to me like the air raider is not going to be calling in like your traditional plane flyovers, but almost. Well, and I could be wrong. Maybe they're just showing a tidbit of him here with the drones. But maybe this is how he calls in all of his strikes. Maybe you want to call in a rule of God, you're going to have to get your drones to do it. I don't know. But it is interesting. I do like the aspect of having your little drone buddies flying around you, kind of offering you some protection. And sorry that I keep saying all the time. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts here. But basically, you shoot a beacon into your target, the drones fly over, and it did look right there like you're carrying two different types of drones. That is interesting. I do like the drones. I don't know. Well, there's still just, you know what, I just need to stop trying to piece this all together because there's still a lot of time. I mean, it's going to be next year before we have the game. But for now, we do see that the Air Raider has not been given the ability to run. You still have to roll. Maybe he'll be given the ability to run later. But I doubt it. I think they're going to, from what I'm seeing here, they're liking the tried and true roll method that he's been doing. So, okay, so no run at this point for the Air Raider. And it looks like some of his strikes that used to be called in through aircraft are now being called in through drones. All right, still, that's pretty cool. I don't really know what else to say other than stuff that we already did know here. I mean, obviously you can vault, which that's a great added feature. Obviously some of the maps are from a very demoralized world. And I thought it was kind of neat if you noticed that the colonists seem to be very demoralized as well. Almost like they're walking around in a state of depression. That one's kind of like dragging his gun across the ground like, we've been left behind. They didn't take us with them. But if you heard what the guy said, you kind of feel sorry for them, but you can't because they're going to attack you regardless. You don't have an option, as he said there. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at the other video. I have not watched this one, but it says that it is, you get to see the Air Raider class in action and its drones, which we did just see. So this actually might be the same video. If it is, I'll go ahead and stop it, but let's take a look.
And what I'm enjoying. Okay, let's get started.
I think it's the same video.
So during the loading, there are a couple of useful information.
Okay, all right, guys. We've actually seen it all. This is the same video. All right. So, guys, what do you think? How do you feel about the delay? Like I said, personally, I'm all for a delay that's going to improve the game, make it more stable, make it a better product all the way around, so that those of us who buy physical and those who still don't have access to the internet can throw that disc in and they'll have a game to play that isn't broken 3 ways a Sunday. Also, a great bit of news. We know now for a fact that PS4 owners are going to get the game as well as PS5. Then when we look at the Air Raider, we do see that he does not run. He still has to roll. He has new little drone buddies that are going to be used to call in some of his strikes. At least some of his strikes. You can vault over things. Something that I did see in another video that was not demonstrated in this video, but I did make a mention about it while it was playing. I have noticed that buildings now don't collapse like they did in 5. They don't just, you hit them a few times with some rockets and they just collapse straight down to the ground like they did before with some pieces falling left and right. You actually have toppling buildings. So you hit a building on the left side and take out the bottom left section, that building is then going to fall to the left and any side. Now, I don't know if the buildings are going to hurt the enemies. I think it would be awesome if it did do a smidge of damage, or at the very least if it would like knock the colonists on the ground or knock cosmonauts on the ground. or whatever. I mean, there is a new enemy. I know you all have probably seen it, that little spindly leg thing. But I would love to see a bit more interaction with the buildings, causing at least some damage, or at least knocking them off kilter. That would be really cool. That would be neat. I especially would like to see buildings fall over and smash the ants that are underneath of it. That would be really, really cool. But alright guys, so what do y'all think of all this? Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about the delay. Tell me what you think about the gameplay that you saw. Are you excited? Are you a little bummed about some things? Are you bummed that the air raider still has to roll to get where he wants to go? Yeah, I know we can call in vehicles and stuff, but that's still beside the point. Common sense says you can run. Alright guys, I hope you have enjoyed this. Like I said, leave a comment down below. If you're new to the channel and you like what you've seen, I would love to have you. Please feel free to subscribe. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It just helps to with the stupid YouTube algorithm. So, alright guys, as always, take care, God bless, and keep on gaming.